Hello and welcome. As today's date comes in that of Tuesday, it is the 23rd day of June 2020. My name is Derek, and on the usdebtclock.org, this is where they display what the national debt is, along with many other statistics. And within this video, I'm going to go over the actual main one, the national debt, which is now in at 26 and a quarter trillion zeros. Or no, not trillion zeros, $20 trillion. No, maybe trillion zeros. No, we're not going to get that far. Well, that being said, we are going up at very interesting levels. And what I've done is I've taken data going back to the start of 2018 on what this number was at the start of every month, as well as today, the 23rd day. And I plotted it into that of a spreadsheet. So this is a spreadsheet which we can start off with 2018. On January 1st, it was 20.6 trillion. And this increase is the month-over-month increase that it occurred. So on the July 1st, or through the month of June, it actually went down, 1 basis point, 21.19, or 21.19 trillion, down to 21.18. And as these numbers, 21 into 22, well, in the month of April, it went from 23.62 up to 24.86, which was a rise of 5.25%. Follow that up, that's 3.46% in the month of May. And over the first 23 days in June so far, up 2.06 with another 1 week to go. So it'll be higher than that number most likely. The three numbers collectively are 11% just for this quarter so far. Have we ever had 3 consecutive months with at least 2%? I could check if I want to, but I don't feel like it. I don't think the answer really has been yes, at least not in quite some time, but it really does go to show you the situation of the economy, the fiat currency system, and what's been going on within the year and how the you-know-what is hitting the fan. I drew up some graphs. So one, I'm just going to show you these numbers in itself to show you how it looks on a graph form. And something like this. So 20.5 trillion is a bottom scale number. We can see how it was going up. And these numbers, yeah, this is June, May, April, and the months before. But we can see that it really broke this trend line in here as we were having such a large increase and such. And this is how much it is over the last 3 months. And in this case, the last 2 months and 23 days. But before, we were hanging in around every 3 months, going up 1% to close to 1.3, 1.4%. And that's, of course, in a 3-month period. You can almost multiply that number by 4 again and state, well, they were increasing, their debt was going up 5, 6, 7% a year. Well, right now it's not 7% a year, it's 11% since April the 1st. And in showing what these numbers looked before, this was up to the peak or the breakout occurred, or up until the end of April. This is what the increases were. So you had, well, there's the 1% number here. We had the one small increase on this one, where it barely went up, or 0.3 or so percent over a 3-month period. But on the average, it was 1.25, 1.5% for the most point, 1.3. And then that's 5-ish or so percent. But things are changing, of course, and this is just the start of what I think are wild times ahead of us in this world. And for years, and what's now been well over a decade, I've talked about reasons why I think it's important to own assets like gold and silver. And of course, now working in the crypto space field, the fiat currency continues to lose its value. And when it's created in the mechanisms and that it is, well, then that's just what it is. So we have the choices to buy gold, buy silver, buy cryptocurrencies, and with that, if you choose to do so, then obviously one chooses to do so. If they choose not to, then they're choosing not to. You're not going to get much information from world leaders that explain how currency is created, how it's a debt-based system and it's debt-based organisms, and even little basic things that just don't mean much to people or stuff like, well, what you have in bank accounts, that's not what you own. That's what the bank or the bank itself owns. It's a loan you give to the bank, and you can ask for it, and you could do that via a card. And well, in the old school days, I learned as a kid we had to write. There used to be notes you wrote down to either withdraw or deposit, and you write down your order, I guess, and then they would go ahead and give you your cash. At that point, it becomes yours. But imagine if all of a sudden one night, as Donald Trump or of the likes come out and state, yep, this is just some information about our currency, just in case you're aware about the Federal Reserve, or if he tweets this out at one point, that would be an interesting situation. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.